So picture this moment when Blake Lively steps out for her first public outing in 3 months, and the world instantly takes notice because fashion has always been part of her language. A way she expresses herself beyond words, and this time her look radiated effortless elegance, reminding fans why she is considered not just an actress but a style icon. And what makes moments like these so fascinating is how they connect us to the wider tapestry of celebrity life, because every outfit, every appearance, every step onto a red carpet is more than just clothing. It is storytelling. And Blake has always told stories, not only through her roles in films like The Age of Adeline and A Simple Favor, but also through the way she presents herself, with grace, confidence, and individuality. And when we see her re-emerge after some time away, it feels like a mini comeback story. One of those instances where fans celebrate not only the fashion, but the resilience and presence of a star they admire. And this same pattern exists across Hollywood and beyond, because celebrities use fashion philanthropy and their platforms to inspire people. Worldwide, think about Rihanna, whose journey from a young singer from Barbados to a global icon was amplified through her fearless fashion statements and her groundbreaking Fenty brand that embraced inclusivity, making people of all shapes and tones feel represented. Or Zendaya, who transforms every red carpet into a canvas of art, redefining beauty standards, and inspiring young fans to see that style can be bold and authentic. While Lady Gaga has used fashion not only to shock, but to send powerful cultural messages, turning clothing into symbols of empowerment, acceptance, and artistry. And then there is Harry Styles, whose gender-fluid approach to style has sparked conversations about freedom and individuality, all while his music continues to break records and inspire millions. And of course, we cannot forget the legends like Madonna, who pioneered reinvention through fashion and performance, or David Bowie, who turned every outfit into an extension of his creativity, reminding the world that identity can be fluid, evolving, and endlessly fascinating. And while fashion is one part of the story, charity work and personal resilience are another. Because Blake Lively, along with Reynolds, has quietly supported hospitals, children's charities, and humanitarian causes, showing that behind the glamour, there is a commitment to kindness and impact, much like Angelina Jolie, who has dedicated decades to humanitarian work with refugees, or Selena Gomez, who uses her platform to advocate for mental health awareness and lupus research, or Taylor Swift, who has made countless surprise donations to schools, food banks, and fans in need. Celebrities remind us that fame can be used as a bridge to something greater. And as fans, we connect with them not only through the roles they play or the songs they sing, but through the moments when they show us their humanity. Like when Justin Bieber openly shared his struggles with mental health through his music, or when Demi Lovato turned her personal battles into anthems of survival and hope, or when Adele spoke vulnerably about heartbreak and healing, reminding us that even the biggest voices in the world carry stories of pain and resilience. And these narratives are woven together with the fashion statements, the red carpet triumphs, the award show comebacks, and the quiet acts of kindness that define celebrity life across generations, from Michael Jackson, who reinvented music videos into cultural events, to Whitney Houston, whose voice still inspires singers around the world, to Shakira, who has used her fame to champion education for children in Latin America, and Bats, who have made self-love and mental health central to their global message, while Blackpink have empowered young women everywhere to dream boldly and unapologetically. And as we see Blake Lively emerge after months away, dressed in style and confidence, we realize it is not just about fashion. It is about what it represents, a reminder of resilience, presence, and artistry. And in this way, her outing connects to the universal rhythm of celebrity life, where every public moment becomes part of a larger story of challenges, victories, inspiration, and the timeless bond between stars and the fans who love them. And as Blake Lively reminds us with her poised return to the spotlight, that fashion is not only about garments, but also about timing and confidence. We can reflect on how so many stars use style as their language of resilience and identity, because every carefully chosen dress, every bold suit, every intricate hairstyle is a statement of both artistry and empowerment. Take Beyoncé, for example, whose journey from Destiny's Child to a global phenomenon has been marked by flawless fashion that communicates strength, power, and cultural pride, from her unforgettable Met Gala looks to her Renaissance tour. Outfits designed to celebrate Black excellence, her style is more than sparkle. It is a declaration of heritage and legacy. And then there is Jennifer Lopez, who has mastered the art of reinvention every time she steps onto a stage. Or red carpet, from her iconic green Versace dress that broke the internet before the internet was even what it is today, to her effortlessly glamorous yet relatable street style. She has proven that fashion and career longevity go hand in hand. J.Lo's appearances are not just about what she wears, but about the confidence of a woman who has continuously overcome doubt and remained at the top of her game, inspiring millions to believe that age is nothing but a number, while Zendaya has become the face of a new generation's style evolution. Every outfit she wears tells a story, whether it is a structured couture gown that nods to old Hollywood or a bold, colorful ensemble that challenges traditional norms. She represents the courage to be authentic, and her collaboration with stylist Law Roach has created unforgettable fashion moments that will be studied for years to come, and it is through Zendaya that we see the blending of fashion with activism, because her style choices often highlight designers of color and sustainable fashion, reminding fans that beauty can exist with purpose. And when we talk about purpose, we cannot ignore Rihanna, who has redefined not only music, but also the entire beauty and fashion industry. Through her Fenty empire, she turned inclusivity from a whispered hope into a global standard, ensuring that people of every shade could finally see themselves represented and feel celebrated. And her maternity looks became a conversation of empowerment, breaking outdated taboos and showing that pregnancy can be glamorous and bold, rather than hidden away. These stories of style connect deeply to fans because they are not only entertainment, but also lessons in bravery, individuality, and self-expression. Much like Harry Styles, who brought gender fluidity into mainstream fashion with a simple choice to wear what he felt confident in, sparking conversations that reached far beyond music and red carpets. His choices inspired young people worldwide to embrace authenticity and break free from outdated molds, and this power of fashion as storytelling echoes through decades of icons from Princess Diana, whose timeless elegance still influences style today, to modern figures like Timothée Chalamet, who pushes boundaries on red carpets, showing that men can be just as daring as women in fashion. And yet behind the glamour lies the heart of charity and connection, because Blake Lively herself has used her fame not only to serve elegance, but also to support families in need, hospitals, children's welfare, and humanitarian causes. Alongside Reynolds, they remind us that kindness and laughter can go hand in hand with red carpet dazzle, and the same spirit is alive in countless stars, like Angelina Jolie, who has spent years advocating for refugees and international justice, or Taylor Swift, who has uplifted fans by making generous donations to struggling families and surprising schools with life-changing contributions. And when we think of the resilience these stars represent, we remember their comebacks too, like Demi Lovato, turning personal battles into music that heals others, or Selena Gomez openly speaking about her health struggles while inspiring millions to seek help and hold on through tough times, or even Miley Cyrus reinventing herself from a Disney star into a boundary-breaking artist whose voice now carries the weight of experience and raw emotion. All of these journeys show us that the public outings, the fashion statements, and the dazzling smiles are often connected to deeper stories of courage, love, and persistence. And so when Blake Lively walked out in her stylish look after months away, she was not only stepping into the spotlight, she was reminding us of a timeless truth that celebrities like her embody resilience wrapped in beauty, authenticity cloaked in fashion, and humanity shining through the glamour. And as Blake Lively shines once again in her graceful return, it reminds us that celebrity fashion and presence is not confined to women alone, because male icons too have crafted unforgettable journeys blending style, resilience, and charisma into legacies that inspire millions. Think of Leonardo DiCaprio, who from his days in Titanic to becoming an Oscar-winning environmental activist, has not only delivered powerful performances, but also set the stage for subtle but sharp red carpet fashion, favoring tailored suits that reflect timeless confidence, while his off-screen passion for climate activism has shown fans that celebrity influence can drive conversations about the planet's future. Then there is Brad Pitt, whose career has spanned decades, making him not only one of Hollywood's most enduring actors, but also a figure of resilience who has faced personal challenges, yet continues to reinvent himself with memorable roles from Fight Club to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and whose fashion choices from sharp tuxedos to relaxed, laid-back styles communicate ease and timeless masculinity. And when we think of reinvention, no one captures it. Quite like Keanu Reeves, a man adored worldwide not only for his roles in The Matrix and John Wick, but for his humility, kindness, and relatability. Keanu is living proof that sometimes the most powerful fashion statement is authenticity. Because whether he is in a sleek black suit saving the world on screen or casually dressed while greeting fans on the streets, his style is grounded in sincerity, making him an icon of both film and humanity. And alongside them, we remember Johnny Depp, whose eclectic fashion has always blurred the lines between character and reality with his bohemian jackets, layered accessories, and free-spirited looks that mirrored his creative personality, while fans still admire his artistry despite ups and downs in his personal journey. And if Hollywood has given us legends, Bollywood has gifted the world its own constellation of stars. Like Shah Rukh Khan, often called the King of Bollywood, whose rise from a middle-class background in Delhi to becoming one of the most recognizable actors in the world is not only about talent, but also about resilience, charisma, and a fan connection so strong that people line the streets outside his house every year on his birthday. His style, blending sharp suits with cultural attire, reflects both tradition and modernity, making him a symbol of India's cinematic power. And then there is Priyanka Chopra, Jonas, who broke barriers transitioning from Bollywood to Hollywood, starring in Quantico and becoming a global ambassador of fashion and empowerment. Her red carpet gowns speak of elegance, while her philanthropic efforts remind fans that she has never forgotten her roots working for children's education and women's rights worldwide. And on a younger wave of global stardom, we find Priya Prakash Varier, who became an overnight sensation with just a wink, reminding us that sometimes it only takes a single viral moment to open doors to fame, and how fans today connect instantly across borders to stories of charm and relatability. And speaking of global reach, we cannot overlook the K-pop phenomenon led by groups like BTS and Blackpink, who have not only dominated music charts, but also redefined global fashion trends from high-end brands to street style, creating a bridge between cultures and inspiring young people to express themselves boldly. BTS, for example, have combined tailored elegance with colorful individuality, showing that boy bands can embrace diversity in fashion while sending messages of self-love and positivity, their influence stretching from Seoul to every corner of the world. And Blackpink too have each become fashion icons, with Jennie Lisa Jisoo and Rosé collaborating with top fashion houses, bringing Korean pop culture into mainstream luxury and empowering young fans everywhere to see that dreams are borderless. And as we weave these stories together, from Blake Lively's elegant reemergence to Leonardo DiCaprio's timeless activism, from Keanu Reeves's humble authenticity to Shah Rukh Khan's unmatched charisma, from BTS's global message of self-love to Blackpink's fearless fashion domination, we see a common thread that celebrity life is not simply about red carpets or headlines, but about journeys of courage, creativity, connection, and the ability to inspire millions through every appearance, performance, and interaction. And as we reflect on how Blake Lively effortlessly reminded fans of her timeless presence with one fashion outing, we realize that her story is part of a much larger chorus of stars whose lives blend glamour, talent, and heart, like Angelina Jolie, who has long been admired not only for her unforgettable roles in films like Maleficent and Girl Interrupted, but also for her tireless humanitarian work, traveling to war zones, advocating for refugees, and proving that celebrity status can be a tool for global compassion. Her fashion often embodies her elegance, yet it is her strength and resilience as a mother, activist, and actress that leave the deepest impact. Much like Madonna, who has for decades defined reinvention using music and fashion as her canvas to push cultural boundaries, showing each new generation that art is about expression, not limitation. And her legacy lives on in countless performers who embrace boldness without apology. And when we talk about leaving a mark on culture, few do it as powerfully as Taylor Swift, who has crafted not just albums, but entire eras with unique aesthetics, each one becoming both a fashion statement and a storytelling masterpiece. Her journey from a teenage country singer to a global pop phenomenon illustrates how reinvention, resilience, and connection to fans can turn stardom into history-making influence. And then there is Selena Gomez, whose grace in the spotlight has been matched by her vulnerability, sharing openly about health challenges, mental well-being, and the importance of self-love, while simultaneously building rare beauty. Her cosmetics brand that celebrates authenticity and diversity. Her fashion, whether casual streetwear or red carpet gowns, communicates a warmth and relatability that make her one of the most beloved celebrities worldwide. And as we turn to Latin icons, we see Shakira, whose Hips Don't Lie became an anthem that crossed borders, but who also used her fame to build schools in Colombia and uplift communities. Her fashion choices, from bold stage outfits to elegant global award appearances, reflect her duality as both a fierce performer and a compassionate humanitarian. And then there is Bad Bunny, the Puerto Rican superstar who has redefined masculinity in Latin music, blending reggaeton and trap with fearless fashion choices that challenge norms while still commanding the stage as one of the biggest performers on Earth. His journey from small beginnings to global recognition shows how authenticity and courage can rewrite entire industries. And these stories, when stitched together with Blake Lively's elegant return, illustrate a truth about celebrities. Everywhere that their power comes, not only from their talent or fashion, but from their ability to evolve, to inspire, and to use their visibility as a platform for change and connection. And as Blake Lively's fashion moment after months away reminds us of resilience wrapped in glamour, we cannot help but look at the stars of yesterday and today, whose lives echo the same rhythm of artistry, triumph, and connection. Because Michael Jackson forever changed music and performance, blending dance, innovation, and fashion into one unforgettable spectacle, from the moonwalk to iconic looks like the sequined glove. He proved that style can become as much a part of legacy as sound, while Whitney Houston gave the world a voice so powerful that it became a measure for generations of singers. And though her journey carried challenges, her music continues to inspire resilience and belief in love and hope. And from those legendary figures, we move to Adele, whose heartfelt ballads became global soundtracks for healing and self-discovery, while her glamorous yet approachable fashion statements showed that authenticity and elegance can coexist. She too is a reminder that vulnerability can be a superstar's greatest strength. And then there is Lady Gaga, who redefined performance art by using fashion as both shock and symbolism, from the meat dress to couture gowns. She has taught fans that self-expression is limitless, while simultaneously dedicating herself to mental health advocacy and supporting marginalized communities, making her a beacon of empowerment. And speaking of empowerment, we return to Zendaya, whose meteoric rise has been not just about acting, but about setting new standards in fashion activism and representation. Her ability to channel old Hollywood elegance one day and futuristic chic the next makes her a living canvas of creativity, inspiring young fans to believe they too can write their own rules. And then, of course, Rihanna, whose journey embodies the power of reinvention, first as a pop princess, then as a fearless boundary-pushing artist, and later as a mogul with Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty, celebrating inclusivity and reshaping industries. Her maternity fashion became a cultural reset, showing that beauty, power, and pregnancy can exist boldly together. And all of these stories of icons blend with Blake Lively's return to remind us that every celebrity moment, whether it is a concert, a gown, a candid smile, or a bold reinvention, is part of a collective story of humanity, resilience, and inspiration.